because it's Good Friday. And so there's a few folks at Global Chamber who are taking the day off, and undoubtedly there'll be members taking time off. This is the rare Easter where both Western Easter and Orthodox Easter, which I'm Greek Orthodox because of my wife, are aligned. So everything is coming together on Sunday. This time of year, it's one of the I wouldn't call myself like a tremendous Christian or anything, but that's how I was raised. I don't really go to church, but I am Greek Orthodox because I had to when I married my wife 43 years ago to become Greek, to allow her to be allowed into the family. What I love about this holiday is the combination, at least in the Western Hemisphere, with spring. Spring is such an amazing time. Crocuses and daffodils coming up and a regeneration of buds coming out. And then this particular holiday really is one of miracles of hope. And we need more hope in this world. And I think part of what we certainly do every day, why we make connections, is to give our members more than hope, but recognize that hope is a key aspect of being successful entrepreneur, as well as resilience, and being part of a tribe that supports you and helps you. This event here today is League of Opportunities, and it's intended to support not only the members who are speaking, but all the members in the room. And so we have 4 members who are scheduled, and I'd love to call on all or any of you, if you have some information that you'd like to share about opportunities that we should be aware of, please let us know. We'd like to hear from you. This format is 8 to 10 minutes per person. With Q&A, hopefully. My encouragement to all the speakers is to definitely keep ideally your presentation to 6 to 8 minutes so that we have some time for comments and questions. And don't be afraid of those. That's actually a really good thing to develop understanding and trust by everybody here in the room. So I hope you'll keep to that. And either way, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun. We'll learn a lot today, and we'll support each other in, I'm sure, undoubtedly many ways. So I'd like to start with Caryn. Caryn, is it Caryn Darley?
Caryn, yes, correct. Caryn Darley. Hi, Doug. Thank you for the opportunity.
It's Darley?
Correct, yes.
Okay, I can't read my writing. I'm sorry. So you're with Enshrine Placements. Thank you for being part of Global Chamber. I think we're all going to learn a little bit more today about your opportunities. So thank you for taking the time. What would you like to share with us?
Okay, so I'm based in South Africa. I stay outside, just outside Cullinan, which is where the popular South African diamond mine. And my core area of expertise is recruitment. And I specialize specifically in engineering and technical recruitment in South Africa and Africa. So we've really got fabulous resources of top-notch talents that are mobile internationally and globally. We also have we also stay on a beautiful farm with 42 hectares right on the wetlands. So we have magnificent bird life. We've got glamping tents. We've got a conference facility. And we've also got a great center where we can host 30 kids. We've got bunk beds that accommodate 30 people. And we've also got glamping tents. So we can also host workshops, brainstorming events, but it's really a lovely getaway retreat from the city, which I think everybody needs. With AI playing a role, if you're wanting to get hold of a company or you want to sort out a problem, you've now got to speak to a machine, and there's no more human interface, it's really, I must say, I'm personally sort of struggling with that because I like to deal with people and not machines. Anyway, besides that, now the main purpose for today, and firstly, congratulations to everybody being here on a Easter weekend. I mean, what commitment, Doug. That's really pretty amazing. Um, so we are Enshrine Placements is part of a collaboration of recruitment companies. They're boutique companies that are founded by entrepreneurs, very successful organizations that specialize in executive recruitment. So they really work with your C-level talent, and they also work with interim managers. So interim managers that are forced to retire, that have still got so much value to add, transfer of knowledge. They don't want to be out gardening or only playing golf. So this group of executive companies, there's 50 of us globally. And such a great bunch of people, people that have got a major heart. They want to add value. They want to make a difference to the economy, and to the globe. And we meet annually, Doug, once a year. Last year, the group met in San Diego, and the year before they met in Spain. And they were established in 1980, predominantly in Europe. And this year, this is the very first time that they're meeting in Africa since 1980. They've been established since 1980. So they're meeting in Africa. We have a very exciting day. Business day one is all about strategy. Where are we now and where are we going to, where we're growing. It's all about executive search, talking to thought leaders. And then day two, we're inviting clients. So these are your C-level executives as well as your talent professionals or human resource professionals. And they are invited. In fact, everybody's invited, whether you work for a company, whether you have your own business. It's really a great event. If any of you are based in Cape Town, or any of you based in Cape Town, any of you live in South Africa in Cape Town, that is free on Thursday, the 29th of April. No, thanks for answering there. But if you have any friends or colleagues that are based in Cape Town and will be around on the 29th, we have an event which is held at the Radisson Hotel, the Radisson Collection Hotel, right in front of the waterfront, overlooking the ocean. And you'll have an opportunity to network and meet the owners of these companies. And they're coming from Europe, from Italy, from Morocco, from Nigeria, from all over the globe. If you can't make it, we invite you then to attend sort of digitally. I will share the events on the chat box. So, and the invitation is to everybody. So if everybody would like to join the session, we also have a very exciting topic about AI, how AI is impacting organizations, and how to really focus on utilizing AI to your advantage to maximize and increase your own performance. Doug, I think that's it. I think my time has run out. Any questions?
Yep. Thank you so much. Feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead and ask a question, or raise your hand. Either option is available. While we're waiting for something to come in, thank you for sticking to the time. Really appreciate it. Is your location then closer to Joburg or to Cape Town for your company?
Joburg. We still fall in Gauteng, which is in Joburg. So we're about 45 minutes away from Pretoria.
Got it. What is your view of the executive search world today, like right at this moment? What are you seeing that's either different or staying the same that's significant?
Well, I think collaboration is really important, and that's why Inex is such a strong organization, because it's made of owner-based companies that are unique boutique. They've got a lot of agility, and we work very closely together so we can really tap into the resources globally. And with AI, I think you've got to go back to traditional recruitment, because you've got to now recruit by headhunting and knowing people that have a reputable, that have got credibility. because AI is really causing havoc out there. I mean, your CVs, you cannot trust them being accurate. They're not really authentic anymore. They've been generated by AI. Their motivation to join a company has been generated by AI. So you don't actually get to see the human behind the CV anymore. So I think traditional recruitment is going to really going to be needed much more than ever before, dealing with with having the human touch and dealing with people and really knowing who's good out there and who's just generated a CV from chat box.
You may have already been connected to Patrizia, who's an AI expert in South Africa, longtime member of Global Chamber. But if not, we'll make sure that we make that connection, and maybe she'll be able to attend in Cape Town, although she's about a 5-hour drive east of Cape Town. So,
Okay, all right, that would be fabulous. Thank you. I look forward to that introduction, Doug. And she can join us online if she's not able to come through and meet with us in
ah,
person.
okay, very good. I'll work with Cesar on that. I don't see any questions, any additional questions, but I would like to say, just to further reinforce what Inex is, this is that organization they're based in Brussels. It's a group of 50 plus executive search firms around the world. I've personally experienced the success of this organization. I spoke at last year's event in San Diego, and I got to meet people personally, including the San Diego representative, Southern California, Gabriel at GoSeco. And I met some of their clients in Mexico, one particular one at the company, Pacar, who had been working with GoSeco for over 20 years, filling all of their top executive positions. The president of the company there, well, couldn't stop talking positively enough about what Gabriel had done for him. And that kind of success and that kind of professionalism pervades the entire group. The entire group is part of Global Chamber through Inex, and then many of them have done some additional work with Global Chamber as members. And so thank you for joining Global Chamber above and beyond Inex. And we look forward to the South Africa event coming up. I think it's April. What's the date?
The 29th.
The 29th.
29th of April, and I've shared the invitations. If anybody's in Cape Town or is a network in Cape Town that would like to either come to the business brunch that starts at 10 in the morning or the business cocktail that starts at 3 in the afternoon. Alternatively, join us online. So, I mean, join us digitally. So I've shared both the physical invitations, live participation, as well as the digital participation in the chat box for everyone.
Rich, did you have a question? Rich Wolverton?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm just curious, the U.S. government doing a couple tariffs right now, I think people have heard about, and I believe it's going to be short term. We'll work out the deals, we'll move forward. But have companies been reticent to do hiring until that gets figured out?
Well, there's definitely a challenge. I know that the automotive industries have had to sort of slow down in terms of manufacturing because of the sort of the trading. And yeah, there's some really exciting mining projects. But when America or New Zealand hear that or Australia hear that they're in South Africa, they're sort of like a bit anxious to pursue. But I think what we've got to keep in mind that fair exchange is important. International trading is critically important, and South Africa and Africa feels it the most because they're the ones that are, they're living on the edge. If it affects the economy, people go hungry, they starve. And that's also why, South Africa is quite sort of unique because we've got to make changes and we're always the first to come up with solutions or be innovative over and above everybody else because we're forced in those situations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rich. Rich, by the way, is the world's expert on the U.S. food distribution system. He's worked in the industry for decades, and he has a team, each of which has worked for decades in the industry. So if you know of companies that are looking to come into the U.S. in the food industry, hospitality and food, Rich is the guy. You're based in Northern California, I believe, Rich.
Yes, yeah, thank you. You're always so
Wow.
so kind. Thank you.
And
Congratulations.
on that note, which I actually met with one of the commissioners of the Belgium committee actually in trading. And he was actually saying, especially on the chemicals and the pharmaceutical side, is that there was a lot more trading happening in South Africa. There's a lot more companies wanting to invest in South Africa. So although the automotive industry is not doing well, there was sort of a major demand now. It's never been as busy as ever, where Belgium wanted to invest in South Africa, from a manufacturing perspective. So holding thumbs that there's definitely some hope, glimmer of hope.
Thank you very much. Thanks for that perspective. Thanks for the information. And it sounds like you're going to be putting some information in the chat. Thank you very much. We're going to continue to go around the room. Thank you. Our next speaker is Ivan Ochoa of American Industries Group. Speaking of cross-border activity, Ivan and American Industries Group helps companies manufacture in Mexico. And so undoubtedly, there have been a number of companies from Asia and Europe that they have been working with. They're a top organization that does this. They're based out of Chihuahua, but they also have other locations across Mexico. So, Ivan, you're right in the middle of all sorts of activity and a little bit of uncertainty as well. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello.
Wow, what a world.
Hello. Thank you so much, Doug, for that introduction. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for your time. As Doug mentioned, my name is Ivan Ochoa. I'm a business developer at American Industries Group, and we are located at Monterrey, Mexico. It's 2 hours far from Texas. So, okay, let's begin. I will show you a little bit about us. I'm going to share my screen just to share a couple of slides. And okay, let me see if this, okay, yes, that's it. Well, American Industries is a Mexican company, and we have been in the market for around 50 years now, and we have helped over 300 companies to establish manufacturing operations in the country. And we have 3 divisions: industrial real estate, cross-docking and warehousing services, and shelter administrative services. The first one is industrial real estate, where we have 17 parks over the country, and we have developed over 140 buildings in the industrialized regions in Mexico. We have available buildings and build-to-suit facilities for lease or for buy. And then the second one is cross-docking and warehousing services. We are located at the border between Mexico and the US, in El Paso and Laredo, Texas. So here we do all the reception, all the consolidation of the merchandise, and also the distribution, the purchase order management, kitting, labeling, etc. And finally, the shelter administrative services, like for us is our main service, our main business unit. And here we have, we currently serving over 80 clients here, and we manage over 20,000 employees. here in this service, we are taking care of the human resources, accounting, customs activities. For example, the recruitment, the training, salary and benefits administration, the payroll, the union relation, and in case you bring people from your country, we have the expat support. And also operational permits, environmental compliance, accounts payable, accounts receivable, purchasing of indirect materials. We do the imports, the exports, and we help with the duties optimization as well. So while we are doing all these activities, you can focus on taking control, full control over your production and quality of your products. So these business units are independent, so you can choose either way. You can go shelter and industrial real estate, or you can choose only shelter. It depends on your needs. And as Doug mentioned, we are all around the country. And yes, we are in Chihuahua, is our headquarters. And then we have regions. I'm located here in Monterrey, and from Monterrey, we offer our service to Saltillo and Torreón. And then we have the other regions. Querétaro offers the service to San Luis Potosí, and then we have Guanajuato, Guadalajara, and at the top we have Ciudad Juárez. And as you can see in this map, we have Manzanillo Port in case you import your raw materials from Asia. On the other hand, we have Altamira Port in case you import from Europe. And at the top, we have El Paso and Laredo in Texas, and then all the way to Monterrey. Okay, so I don't know if you guys at this point have any questions.
Doesn't look like it yet, but feel free, folks, to raise your hand along the way, and we'll have a time at the end.
Okay.
So I'll go, Ivan. How is the current administration affecting the growth of business in Mexico for you guys?
So that's a question from Marcos Garcia Costa.
Thank you for that question, Marcos. Well, actually, we see that we have problems with the geopolitical situation instead of our own government. Claudia Sheinbaum, I think it's doing great at manage all the situation, and we also have Plan Mexico, which is a plan to grow the country. But the main task here is how we managed all the tariff situation all around the Trump and the tariffs issue right now.
Have you seen with your clients, with your customers, any impact?
Yes, of course. Yes, because we have too many projects, for example, from China that puts on hold because of the tariff situation. But I think we have also a good opportunity for Mexico, because right now it's like the best option because we are right next to the States. It benefits from the USMCA trade agreement, and it hasn't been impacted as heavily by the ongoing tariffs disputes. So that's why I think instead of see a bad situation here for Mexico right now, it's a good situation. We are still on the safe spot.
Thank you very much. We have a couple 3 minutes to wrap up.
Okay, thank you so much, Doug. Well, following with that, with your questions, so I truly believe this is Mexico's moment to take the lead. So How do we set up operations in Mexico? We normally proceed under these following steps. First, I need to understand your project. So I send you a questionnaire to know more about your specific needs in customs, in HR, your facility, okay? So then in the site selection step, I will provide you with information so you can select the best location for your project. And if you want to compare between cities in Mexico, I will give you insights from the regions we cover. This may take you to 6 to 1 year, maybe. And then in the business case support, I will design to you under different scenarios, under different locations, a business case, so you can see how much it will cost you to operate in Mexico. And then to the fourth step, I help find space solutions. It could be an American Industries available building, or we can explore more market options with my real estate partners. And then at the end, we'll bring this service, this administrative support with the shelter program. And here it's very important because you have two options. You can go as not incorporated, or you can go as an incorporated framework. The difference between these two steps are, let me show you, are the time. If you could start operations in 3 months under my umbrella, under my legal entity, or you can go standalone under your own legal entity, but it takes you to 12 to maybe 15 months, maybe. So that's the difference between those two options. And yeah, our mission is simple: is make it easy for foreign companies to do business in Mexico.
Thank you very much for the information. And obviously, you've got a lot of things on the plate right now.
Yes.
And with some of the companies putting things on pause, are you seeing some growth opportunity? Where is the growth while those things are being put on pause, or are we waiting for that to happen? There's so much uncertainty, isn't there?
Yeah, we're waiting to that happen. We see a lot of companies from Europe, from Taiwan, to exploring Mexico right now.
Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Oh, that's really encouraging.
Yes. Can I make just one note here, Doug?
Yes,
very
please.
quickly.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Okay, thank you. Well, just in case you need it, we offer this business model at no cost, okay? So if you are interested in this exercise that you're seeing in the screen, please contact me. I will let you a link here, and you can find me on WhatsApp, LinkedIn, etc. And also we have a rep program, which is a collaboration with American Industries, where we offer a commission for referral projects. So we sign an agreement through a simple contract to ensure transparency. And this percentage of commission could be up to 5%, and it depends on the size of the project. So whether you're advising a client or leading an expansion strategy, we're here to make Mexico easy.
Thank you. If you could keep that slide up. Stephen Nikokiris is with CBiz. Stephen, I don't know whether you guys I mean, you're a global organization. Do you personally work with any companies that are manufacturing in Mexico, and any perspectives on this sheet that you see in front of you here, or the situation overall around where to manufacture?
Oh, hey, Doug, thank you. Look, we're in uncertain times right now. I represent, many manufacturers and importers. I'm a CPA in New York City, but we work with companies, obviously, that are global. And many of our clients, I'm talking more consumer products, a lot of apparel and textile, a lot of T-shirts. I have clients right now that are in Mexico. But I did want to follow up with Ivan, maybe offline, to talk about, continuing opportunities you know, to just get to know each other better and maybe be able to make some more direct introductions. I'm assuming you guys do, you know, all those things, and consumer products is one of the things that you guys specialize in, correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, sure, Stephen. I'm gonna let my contact here in the link, so whenever you want, we can meet.
Thank you, Doug.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doug.
Oh, thank you. If you could unshare, that would be great. Or do I have the capability to do that? You've done that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. We're now going to continue to go around the room, and our next speaker is Nikola Milenkovic, and the company is AIFS. And again, another business that's quite impacted by what's going on in the world right now. Thank you so much, Nikola, for being here. What would you like to share, and how can we help you going forward? I think you have a presentation as well.
I do, yeah. Thank you very much for the invitation. Good to be here. And I'm Orthodox as well, so it's good to see the two Easters overlapping this year. But anyway, I'll share my screen here. Hope this works. Can you all see this?
We can. Who we are.
Ah, perfect. So I'm with AIFS Professional Pathways, and we are State Department designated intern and trainee visa sponsors. So we work with US businesses, multi-sector businesses across the United States, from small businesses, medium-sized businesses, to large global companies, in sponsoring top world talent come to the States to intern or train here. And when we say interns, I think we all know who they are. Typically folks who are in post-secondary education, bachelor's, master's, PhD, or who have graduated within a year, who are starting their internships. Traineeships are established professionals who already have degrees and at least a year of full-time work experience outside of the United States. So that's, you know, typically how we kind of differentiate between the two. I will ask a question for the audience, and I'll reveal the answer towards the end. But how much do you think interns and trainees spend in the US annually or contribute to the US economy? That's something that we'll cover at the end. This next slide is, as I mentioned, multi-sector industries. These are some of the industries that we sponsor and work across. So hospitality is huge, education, social sciences, law and public administration, media and communications, business, finance, architecture, engineering, STEM fields, tech, physical sciences, and arts and culture. So as I mentioned, we have clients from across many of these industries who are startup companies or small companies, medium-sized companies, and then really global organizations. So what does this mean for the US business, really hosting top foreign talent? How does that benefit the host company, as we call it? I'm not going to go through all of these right now, but I'll leave them up here. So essentially, it opens up doors to new talent pipelines. It increases competitive development opportunities. So if a US company is looking to become a leader regionally, locally, nationally, or internationally, hosting foreign talent is certainly a way to do that. Keep in mind that this particular type of visa is an exchange visa, professional and cultural exchange visa. So the participant is the one that is gaining the training and enhancing the skills. And of course, on the other end of that is contributing to the US business by diversifying local staff, helping local staff increase cultural perspectives, and just understanding how things are done in other countries to gain that competitive advantage if they're looking to expand or become a leader inside the US. another benefit is training without geographical constraints. As we said, we work with companies from all over the world and U.S. businesses across the U.S. The more interesting thing about the trainees, because that's usually where people get confused, is that, let's say Google in Germany is looking to send someone to the States to be trained. If the person is due for a promotion, or if they need to enhance or learn a new skill, and that department sits in San Francisco, then they would be a trainee under the J1 visa. So if a U.S. business, even if if a U.S. company is not abroad yet, but if they're exporting goods, or if they have products that they're sending abroad, they may want to train somebody who's working with that product outside of the U.S. to train them in the U.S. to get a better understanding of how the product is being made. That's another way that a company could utilize this visa. It also, as I mentioned, broadens the perspective of the local staff through exposure to different cultures, and helps staff develop intercultural communication skills. The answer to the question from the beginning, how much do you think interns and trainees spend in the US annually, or how they contribute to the US economy? This is actually the number each year. So over $250 million is the total that the participants, the US Department of State participants coming from abroad, spend in the US. This is a fun fact. After the programs are done and after the participants go back to their home country, we've interviewed the host company representatives, and they reported 68% of them reported that they believe that if they didn't host foreign talent, their business would be negatively impacted. So another fun fact, and just to take a little bit of a deeper dive, what this enables is enables overseas participants to develop a deeper long-term understanding of the US and enhance professional skills. This is on the participant end. Develop long-term strategic alliances for the US. Intern and trainee programs increase mutual understanding and contribute to global peace. Interns and trainees participate in a range of cultural activities, which they have to according to the federal law while they're here, with host employers that enable them to develop an understanding of American culture and society. And essentially, it enhances global ties between two countries. So for the end, this is how you can work with us. If you are looking to expand your business locally, nationally, or internationally, please reach out. We have participants reaching out from abroad, and then US companies as well on the inside. And specifically, we offer free case consultations. So even if you have a talent that you have identified and you want to assess basic eligibility for the J1 visa, we can do that free of charge. Offer 25% off as a first-time partner, and then we issue all the federal documents. This is just a standard thing that we do as a State Department designated sponsor. We have expedited processing, 24/7 support. We offer in-house health insurance for the foreign nationals, and so that would be it. If you want to get in touch, I can drop this in the chat as well. But this is my email and a direct line. So I would be open for questions if you have any.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. The two really key points, and feel free to either raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask your question, but I wanted to make two more points to reinforce what you said. Number one is, I didn't really grasp this until a few years ago, what the impact of immigrants are in the U.S. generally. 5% of U.S. companies are owned by foreign entities, 5%, so 1 in 20. 20% of the exports come out of those companies. So 20% of U.S. exports are created by companies that land in the US. That relates a little bit to your comment about when you bring in people from another country, they have other ideas and thoughts, and creativity happens, the global ties happen. The other aspect is when they go back, they bring back with them something that they made the connections back where they are. Over 20 of our team around the world, Global Chamber team, are from State Department programs that came in, most of them from the Mandela Washington Fellow, but also from the Korea West program, and they're also the Y Sealy program, Young Southeast Asian Leadership Initiative. Variety of really positive things happen. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Marcos, I think you have a question.
Yeah, and I think it is along the lines of the new administration. Have you seen any issues with regards to approvals or consulate appointments, more scrutiny, rejections, things like that for this kind of visas?
Yeah, great question. Natural question to pose as well. In terms of, not so much in terms of rejections, at least yet. I mean, typically this visa has, within the US, had bipartisan support. So the government is not touching it too much because it's an exchange visa. So, people do have to go back home afterwards. We are seeing delays, consular delays, and right now we don't even know what they are, to be honest, because the government website has not been updated in about 3 months. So I know the consulates are struggling. Some of them are understaffed. There are backlogs. So we are seeing some delays there. The biggest issue is probably going to be the travel bans. If people are looking to come from those countries, then regardless of how you're looking to come to the States, if there is a travel ban on that country, it's going to be challenging. But the interest is high, especially as companies might be looking to bring someone on an H-1B visa, which is a most common full-time
Yeah.
work visa. And if you miss a certain deadline when you apply, there's a window each year. The J1 visa is a great alternative to that, when you can still build your skills, develop, keep your resume growing, and then you can be eligible for next year. So it's a low cost visa as well, which is why people take advantage of that. But we haven't seen too many shifts yet, at least. I mean, as I mentioned, the interest is high, and typically the government is not cutting down on J1s because of the exchange nature of it.
Okay. And a follow-on question on that. So
we need to keep moving. Sorry, Marcos.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe in the chat area, that would be great.
Yeah, no, feel free. I'll reply individually. No worries.
Thank you very much. We are going to finish up at the top of the hour, just so that we can kind of move on for the rest of our day. Some of you are still doing holidays, and some of you are ending your day, Rhonda Bowen being one of them. So thank you all for being here. We have one more scheduled speaker, and then hopefully we'll have a couple minutes just if you have any announcements or thoughts or anything you'd like to leave us with before the end of the hour. Please feel free to interject. Our last scheduled speaker is Olivia Clement of Goryu, and they're also in the tax and accounting world. Welcome, Olivier. Undoubtedly, you're counting a lot of things right now, and with some level of uncertainty. You do some really great work. Could you let us know a little bit more about the opportunity that you'd like to share, please?
I do. And first of all, thank you very much for having me today here. And I wanted to say, to begin with, happy Easter for everybody. Here in Spain, I am based in Spain. It's a national holiday. So anyway, well, first of all, I want to say that I am French and I work for an international accounting firm, and I am the head of the Spanish branch. First of all, I want to ask to everybody here, I guess a lot of you are from the US. I guess investing and coming into the European Union, it's a little bit frightening for you, I guess, for companies in the US. This is a question I'm asking to everybody. When I'm talking about investing, for example, in Spain, I guess for you or for American people on your vision, you think about, I guess, like regulation, European Union regulation. Maybe you are thinking about tax, high tax rate, or maybe payrolls and regulation. Well, my company is helping you doing a soft landing in Spain, explaining to you and helping you doing the accounting, tax, as well as payroll. And this is our mission, is to help American or international companies doing soft landing here in Spain and to explain the regulation and to report to you. I guess for you, it's kind of complicated to understand the way things and business is doing in Spain, and our mission is to explain and to go with you on this specific market. Nowadays, I know that the profession of bookkeeping is evolving a lot with artificial intelligence, and I guess our work nowadays is going to be more focused on accompanying you as like helping CFOs to have a vision on I don't know, business, on the crunching, more than crunching number, on forecasting, on advising as well, and helping you with cash flow forecasting. So the mission of my entity and my company is to help international business coming here in Spain, and we are based in Spain, in South America as well. We have Brazil, Colombia, Chile, and this is our mission, accompanying you in these new markets. I guess we want to talk more nowadays to create bonds with law firms as well as CFA and CFO internationally speaking, and like to see or to help you to invest in the Spanish market and in South American market as well, if it makes sense.
Wonderful, thank you. Does anybody have any questions, please? Marcos, you've got a law firm. Do you have some traffic to Spain or into Latin America?
I do. My main focus, and thank you for the introduction. My main focus is what I call helping the global Latino, and that is to connect with the United States, and also we help them making the connections with other places, specifically Mexico. But again, as a point for connecting with the United States and doing business, we help them with all the legal aspects and some of the strategic. And obviously, the Global Chamber is a great resource for if people need something here in Phoenix, both Doug and myself and a few other colleagues, most of them in the Global Chambers. We have a network of connections here in Arizona, but also throughout the United States. So I do have some contacts and clients in Spain specifically, technology mostly, and correspondent attorneys for registrations of intellectual property, people that want to protect things in Europe, for example.
Great.
Marcos has had worked in the semiconductor industry very deeply, and he is, an unprecedented, expert in that area. When we had a trade mission coming in from Global Chamber, Tierra del Fuego, Argentina last summer, Marcos was a key person to make introductions, to be able to tour a variety of locations. We ended up touring the new facility at TSMC and Intel and variety of other semiconductor locations. And so thank you, Marcos, for your leadership. Speaking of attorneys, attorney Demetris Evans is here. She has her own firm the Evans International Law Firm, and she also is the Global Chamber Chicago Advisory Board Chair. Demetrius, I don't know whether you can chat or not, but I just wanted to, if you had an opinion or a thought about what you're hearing today about any of the speakers, but Olivia in particular mentioned about working with law firms in helping companies move to Spain, to the EU, and to Latin America.
Thank you so much, and happy Good Friday to everyone. In Chicago today, it's rare, but it's absolutely beautiful. The birds are like outside chirping. I went outside and I realized, oh my God, there's no snow, that it won't come until this afternoon.
Seriously?
I'm serious.
Oh my
Like
God.
in Chicago, the joke is you just keep all your clothes out. Like you just never know what's gonna happen. But I was so excited to hear Olivier, because someone called the office. There is a tri area. Please excuse me for my ignorance here, but there's a tri area, and I think it includes Argentina in South America, and they are putting a warehouse there. And yes, I need services. Does that make sense? Does what I'm
Yeah.
saying make sense? What area is that?
Argentina is South America, but we
It's like
don't
it's just like 3 countries. There's someplace you can go, and there's 3 countries, and
Yeah.
they're utilizing that.
There's probably the Uruguay, Brazil, Argentina border,
could
or
be.
You
the
got it.
Paraguay,
But-
Brazil,
but-
Argentina border area. Those are very big on cross-national trade.
Yes. Okay. So the client is putting a manufacturing or 2 manufacturing facilities there, and I am in the midst of trying to get that together. So if should I just put my information in the chat?
We'll get you
Of
connected
course.
for
You'll get
sure,
me connected?
and
Okay.
do that as well. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I'm so glad I was able to hop on. I hope you all have a great weekend. Good to see you.
Thank you. And Olivier,
very
thank you for sharing. Before we end do you have any final comments before we just do a quick roundtable in the next 2-3 minutes?
Doug, I'm just very interested in knowing what American people think when we are talking about the European Union. And I guess for you, it's very a tricky market. When I don't want to put words in your mouth, and I don't want to read your mind, but I guess when an American see opportunities in Europe, he see complexity in terms of tax and payroll, I'm sure. And I wanted to know, like everybody, what do you think when you are talking about investing in, I don't know, could be Spain, could be Italy or France. I guess it's a little bit frightening for American people. This is
Well,
my question. I want to.
It depends which American person you're speaking with, I think. If you're talking to Stephen, he does that all the time, right? You're not
Okay,
afraid of anything, are you? You live in Connecticut.
No, but we do have clients, especially in the retail and consumer space, that are brands and fashion companies that are expanding into the Europe, and they are very aggressively expanding, and they're not afraid. They just
Okay.
need to be properly represented. So you're definitely someone I'd love to
Right.
follow up with in the future.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Doug, can I have a minute?
Oh, Tamer. Hey,
Yes.
Tamer, how are you?
How are you doing? So, very quick, what I do is I help companies expand internationally. And I've sent an email to Demetrius last week, so please send me, maybe you lost it somewhere. So check it out. And yeah, I represent the companies and I coordinate everything to help them expand successfully and open operations internationally. And then I work with people like Olivier, and their part of the deal and things like that, right? So I'm kind of the maestro of the international expansion orchestra. I coordinate everything and I do that for my clients.
Tamer's based in Central Florida, but he's from Peru originally, so he's got a lot of
Right.
expertise, not just on growth, but within the region. Thank you very much. Before we end, and we only have a couple minutes left, Melissa Armas is a new member, and she works with AZ Collab. I'm not sure we've met in person yet, and I hope to meet you next week. We have a big event at our headquarters with Congressman Greg Stanton. 10 years ago, nearly to the day, Global Chamber launched in City of Phoenix City Hall with Mayor Greg Stanton. And he was a pioneer, and he probably thought, he didn't let on, that 500 plus chapters, you want to do that? Like, that's a crazy idea. And so here, 10 years later, we've done it, and he's joining Global Chamber on a welcome to Phoenix celebration, but also celebrating people coming to the region. Melissa, thank you so much for joining Global Chamber. Are you going to be able to attend that meeting? Do you have just a moment to say hi?
Of course. Yes, I'm actually in your lineup for next
Sure.
week, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. And yes, we met many lives ago before COVID, actually. So it's been a while. I appreciate the space and love all the connections. Thank you for the opportunity.
Very good. And what do you do?
Oh, so AC Collab is we build frameworks for startups and tech products, building the narratives before the product is complete, sent to market. We make sure that there is adoption. So currently I'm working with a civic tech project that is building an AI platform for dispatchers in police departments, and also working in healthcare in data analytics and AI as well. So it's very techy AI, making sense of things so they can actually be understood by humans.
Awesome. Very good. I look forward to reconnecting, and thank you again for joining. That's the end of our program. We have two more programs today. One, I think in an hour, the Global Chamber Texas groupings of are joining for a meetup. And then in 3 hours, we have Global Chamber Phoenix. And so if you'd like to learn more about what's going on close to the border, there's a lot going on, and in the semiconductor industry, and it's a very, very hot market, as is Texas. And so thanks everybody for this Good Friday. If you're taking the rest of the day off, enjoy. Happy Easter, and have a great weekend. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Take
much.
care, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Yes.
Thanks, Cesar, for your help. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Tamara.
Hey, Doug, this
Yeah.
meeting has been recorded, so what you said about your wife and your religious is recorded, and it can be used against you.
Oh, used against me? What do you mean?
That you were obligated to.
Yeah. No, my wife has heard that before, so no worries.
Okay. Okay, I was going to blackmail you, but now I can't.
Yeah, no worries at all. So I don't have a problem. Have a good weekend.
Bye,
Do you have
thank
any
you.
Easter plans?
Yeah, we're going to, eat together as a family on Sunday with my daughter, and hopefully I can see some grandchildren today or tomorrow.
Okay. Same here. How many do you have?
I have three,
Okay. Fantastic.
3, 2, and 1 years old. So it's a
Oh,
lot.
okay. My grandson's
It's a lot.
2.5. So you and I can relate. What boys or girls?
First one is a boy from my daughter. The second one is a girl from my son, and the third one is a girl from my daughter. So it's the sister of the first one.
Okay, very cool. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
it's a lot
Well,
of fun.
enjoy that. Get recharged, and we'll see you on the other side.
Yep. See
Take care.
you. Bye.